it was so cool when sometimes they had to get up in the crew and just like when you're in your joint and in the rap game, it's just no one I guess I have to tell you. If you're in the company life, somebody has to get them in a total adventures and just like when they have to sometimes you have to like expect when they have to do it because you better can't do it on television because Vatos they have to they're chasing around some cats and they just like they're there and they're not even scared. They're just like to get one of those fools to run because all those putazos they're gonna go like they're chingues. It's so funny because when people they have to see you again, there's many ways what Vatos they have to do. Vatos number 1, clean the bed in 6 months. I don't know. I'll wait for like in 6 months when I'm done using it. You know what I mean? I own this bed for like a month because this is a different bed I have. Nah, I'm just kidding. I used this bed for like 2 months, so I waited for like 4 months to clean my bed so I could just let it off and dry so people won't see it and just won't stain it and it won't see it. When this shit come up, this shit comes to Red Charles. This is some coordination. Plus, what does they have to do when they have to rent a Lamborghini? I don't know. But I feel like I love to drive a Lamborghini, but I feel like driving standard. But I'm just not into about manuals and shit because I'm really scared of it. I'm really scared of it. You know what I mean? Vatos don't. I know Vatos love to drive like Lamborghinis, but I'm not. But I'm not that crazy. But I love to be that crazy. But I'm just as crazy as a hot dog. But you know what I mean? Because that's what it between me and that cholo over there. You know what I mean? Who lives far away from West Napa. You know what I mean? I'm just a little bit too clumsy when I'm seeing this shit because when I'm just like saw one of the difference between what is million ways to die in the middle of West Napa, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen because in that different shape, you're gonna have to see what happens. Like I said that to you last year. Once if I explain myself, you need to do something because the only word I tell you is that you're gonna have to change yourself as a different type of. But now you're in a different side because you know what word the hell you are because I'm in a blank space. You have to take a little bit more shitty when I'm in. Okay, this is a little bit for without it. There's where they have to take it because I'm a little stretchy when I'm on that vato. They have to continue to see what is going on. And you don't know what that is worth because I just can't laugh out because when you see that that's what it's worth because when you see that that's more famous, you're still gonna have to be that. You know what I mean? Ni modo. Because you just have to see what is going on because if you don't have something in your mind, ni modo. That's what it goes. So yeah, ni cata. That's what they'll say. Ni cata. That's what they say. That's what they say. Sometimes you have to be like a little more strategy to be in the history of life. Back in the history, it used to be about World War II or World War I when Germany took down or Japan took down. But this shit gets surrendered because when those guys in between, they just don't know what kind of the soldiers they had to kill and damn, it's just like damn, how many people they just got killed and they just worth less than a 1 million fucking buck and they just left out and they just repair it because all those houses they just burned down by the soldiers because they didn't know what is going on because of all those grenades that are shah, 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 shah. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the difference between what kind of the war that we had because in the 19th century is really worse because that's I just can't believe what kind of the number they had to kill one of those troops like that because nobody's going to get down with that because if you do this, there's a problem because if you're gonna go down on strike, don't even dare about this shit. Just I know Martin Luther King's cool, but just being on yourself on the study and just like whatever you gotta do because you need something you have to do to get out because sometimes you have to be in better history if you have to become a teacher like that because anybody can be a teacher, anyone can be without it. Because there's a lot. I have one of my friends who want to study because they have better institutes like that because they know how many people they're just like climb up in the elevators or something because they just like climb up the ladder and just like keeping up with the better goals because you know that's what worth like all those Americans that can go up or even Mexicans too. But, you know, like here on the ladder, well, there's the white guy going up and then the black guy falling. Okay, this is just so funny because you don't know why black guys got fallen because they got grade F's before and then just don't have like how many people they're gonna have to grade up and then just like do nothing. What the heck? Because a lot of people in Kentucky and Tennessee, they both have like poor people because they just don't know what kind of the grade it is worth for. Because all those Americans, they have better things to study to do. You know what I mean? Because like if that's like worth less like a 3.0 GPA, that's like more than that. But for black guys that got fallen because they just don't have the better GPA like that because they go like 2.0 or down. Because that is why people never just want to study. But Asians, I don't know. But it seems a little bit fallen before, but rise up. Because I know how many Asians they're going to raise up in California because they're just like Californians. Get it? But it's funny because, you know, they just don't know why. Because people that are just telling why that is worth. Because, you know, like, if people that just, like, go rising up in California, people think it will be like, when they have a better study, that people think they're not Mexican, they're like, Chinese food! It's funny because, you know, that just, you don't know what kind of Asians eat. Oh my god. But it's so funny when I just can't get this out of my head. But it's so funny when guys freak down about that shit. I'm just like, okay. You know what I mean? Because like that is just not the easy way you have to study. You know what I mean? That's when my dad told me at the fucking door. And he opened the fucking door. And he asked me to study. And just wanted to do what I have to do. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean?